FlossTube, I'm Nicole and this is DDs FlossTube Season 2, Number 11. Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to Darvanalee Designs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am actually coming at you a couple of days late. I only had a couple of days left in October, so I thought I'd hold it over until October was all finished, and then that way I can just do my October wrap-up. So today is Sunday, the 1st of November 2020. We only have 2 calendar months left of the year. Thank goodness for that. I'm starting to gear up for next year, which is awesome. I've been doing lots and lots of planning, and that can be very, very tiring, and I haven't even done the work yet. So first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me again this week. If you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new here, welcome. We are a multi-craft channel, and that means that I do all sorts of things. And today's video is all about cross stitch. I have been having a little bit of issues with getting time for filming tutorials and everything like that, but I do have a lot of plans in place, and I'm looking at narrowing it down a little bit and introducing some different things for everybody that is along. So basically I did send out a newsletter last week, so I'm just going to cover a little bit of the admin stuff straight up, get that out of the way. I did send out a newsletter last week. It is an October and November newsletter, so you won't get another one now until December. The exciting news in that newsletter was that we're having a massive sale over on our website at the moment. All our fabric is $5 a metre. That's fabrics that can be up to nearly $20 off. So I need to make some room. For those that have been here for a while, you know that I only have quite a small shop, mostly online, but I need to clear some space because I have a ton of stuff coming. The suppliers have been in touch and said that they are starting now to get ETAs on things. So things that I have been ordering all year and just waiting for to come in are slowly starting to come back to our suppliers. So I'm having a sale. I need to make some room. I need to get rid of some stuff that needs to go, it needs to move on, it needs to go to new homes. So head over to our website, which is www.darvanaleedesignsstudio.com. Head to the fabric page, okay, and you will find all the fabrics there. Okay, when you get there, you will need a coupon code. So if you need to get that coupon code, message me over on Facebook, or send me a message to my email address, and I'll be happy to give you that coupon code. I will be periodically, every couple of days, putting up a reminder. We have a Facebook group that you can join, and all the website reminders happen over there. But that is the biggest news so far. We're also going to be introducing some more segments to the channel for different crafts and stuff like that. So they are still in their infancy and in their planning stages and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and also you would have noticed that we have a Google form down below. That is a contact form for you to fill out if you're going to enter into our competitions, or if you just want to get onto our mailing list, you can fill that. Don't worry about answering all the other questions, just go right down to the bottom to the, I think it's the last question or the second last question, and put your email address there, and then I can add you to our emailing list. Now I generally just add everybody pretty much once a month. I do that. I go through, sometimes I'll do it fortnightly, it just depends. So I'm trying to get a little bit of a routine happening there on that sort of stuff, because I mean people are adding their name to it all the time. All right, so you would have heard me mention giveaways just then. Basically with our giveaways now, if you don't fill out the form and you win the giveaway, I will just move on to the next person, and basically I don't chase you up or anything like that. So basically what you need to do is you need to fill out that form so you can enter our competitions, and all that does is make it super easy for me. I spin the wheel or do the random number picker, whichever one. I generally use the name picker wheel on the internet, and basically I will pull that name out. I will go and check the Google Forms, make sure that you fill down the details. If you have, that'll be put in the mail that day and head off to you. I will make a notification of a notice of that in the video, so you'll know that it's been drawn. And yeah, so that it makes it super easy. If you don't fill out the form and you do enter the competition, basically what will happen is I will just move on to the next. I will spin the wheel again and move on to the next person. So if you are going to enter, make sure that you fill that out. Also, you would have noticed there's a buy me a coffee link down below. I'd be happy for you to buy me a coffee. You don't have to, but it's just if you like something you see here today, or that you just like the channel in general and you'd like to help me help support the channel a little bit further, that would be great. My buy me a coffee thing is actually going towards more equipment for the studio. So basically I film all my videos on my phone, and I would like to get a better camera so I can also utilize my phone for close-ups and live stitch with me. So I'm looking at leaving all that money where it is, and basically then I will buy more equipment, add money to it and buy more equipment for the studio, because you know I've been doing this for a while now. It's time to upgrade the equipment. All right, so my goodness, it has been a busy week, and it's a little over a week. It's about 9 days, so it's been a pretty busy 9 days. The last time I filmed was not Thursday just gone, the Thursday before, and then I went away on retreat with the lovely Tia and Jenny D that frequents the channel quite a bit, and of course you know that I hang out with Tia all the time, so well, of course we went to a retreat together. So off we went to a retreat. We had a lovely time. It was probably the first one. It was the first cross stitch retreat that I've ever gone to, but I have gone to bag making retreats. I'm the one that normally runs them, so it was so nice to just get away for the weekend. It's been pretty hectic here around DDs, as you know, and also with my partner's business as well. We've been pretty hectic there, trying to get stuff sorted and all that. He's sort of scaling down his business a little bit, moving away from a few things and bringing other stuff in that is more where he wanted to head to in the first place. So it's been a fairly hectic time here, and you know, getting Mia ready to start school next year. We're coming up to the end of year 10, so we've got exams, we've got Neroli finishing up year 8, so it is hectic, and we've just gone into crazy concert dance season. So yeah, so it was great to get away for that weekend before it gets super crazy with the silly season, as I like to call it. So we had a lovely time. We went away on the Friday, finished up on the Sunday, done a little bit of retail therapy. So I met Tia at Spotlight on the Friday, and we timed it very well. She was coming up from the Gold Coast, I was coming from Kingaroy, and we timed it very well. We both pulled into the Spotlight car park within like 30 seconds of each other. Because she messaged me when she just got here, and I'm like, oh, I just got here too, and we were parking, and yeah, so it was good. We went and done a little bit of retail therapy. I got a couple of things. The 2 things that I wanted to show you aren't actually here in the studio at the moment. I've left them in the car, and my car has gone. It's gone with Brendan, so I'll have to show you next week those. But I do have some of the stuff that was in a bag. I just forgot to grab them out. I've been that busy this week. I got some stitching done, although I didn't get as much stitching as I thought I was going to get done. You know, like, now I understand what everybody's saying. Like, I when I do my retreats, everybody goes, oh, I didn't get as much done as I want. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, you got heaps done. Like, what are you talking about? I now totally understand. So for all those people that say that to me from now on, I can totally relate. Because normally I go to bag retreats, so we have a task in hand, and I go and I come home with a bag or 2. I go with Mel from Love Me Patterns and Nicole Webb from Tangle Web Designs. So they're mostly they're the retreats I've gone to. Mel's come and taught at one of my retreats before as well, so yeah, but it was so great just to sit there, relax, and not have to worry about anything. So thank you to Rebecca from Cross Stitches of Brisbane for putting on on organising it all. I totally understand how hectic it can get organising everything, especially if you're doing it on your own. I've been lucky in the past. I've had Beck to help me, and yeah, so the organisation, you know, 2 hands on deck make it, you know, a lot easier. But the food was good. The accommodation was great. I shared a room with Tia. I probably kept awake with my god-awful snoring, and I'm sorry, Tia, if I did. And she's too polite to tell me otherwise, because like everybody here at home complains about it. So I'm guessing I'm right beside her in a small room, I'm sorry, is all I can say. So I am working on it. I am off to go and see the doctor and just see if there's not an extra underlying problem there of I don't think there is apnea, because I've actually recorded myself and it doesn't sound like it's like I'm stopping breathing, because it's a consistent snore. Not the rest of it, but anyway, I'm sorry if I kept you awake there. And the good news is that we are going again next time, so they have already put up the dates for that, and it is just for group members of the Brisbane of Cross Stitch group members, because we do have a monthly meetup and all the rest. So I don't get to well, I went to one. I managed to have it where it didn't clash with a retreat of my own and stuff like that. And I went to one and then COVID happened. So that was the end of that. And they're still on restricted numbers and stuff like that. So I'm leaving it for the ladies. I'm sort of not going to the library because there's only a certain amount of ladies that can get to go. So I just thought, well, as soon as that opens up again to full numbers, then I'll start going again then. And I met some pretty amazing people as well. I got some goodies that I will show you. And yeah, so that is pretty much what I did last weekend. So we'll get stuck into all the whips that I worked on and all the new starts for DD Spooktober as well. So we're going to do a bit of a wrap up of that. And how many I got done in the end. I've got my trusty handy dandy notes here. I've also been busy organising and planning and all that sort of stuff, but I'll leave that for a future video, because otherwise we might be here all day. Alright, so as I said, it is November the 1st, Sunday, November the 1st. I don't normally record on a Sunday. Mia has gone off with Poppy, so I'm jumping in and getting it done. I'm going to start with what I worked on. Let me just find my dates. Okay. You know what, they're not going to be in any particular order. I have a massive pile here and I'm just going to pull them up. I also have some FFOs to show you too that I got back from Tia. Alright, the first one that I worked on, whether it was the first one or not, I don't know, but this was a whip, and it is the Wicked, Trixie and False. It is artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and she's one of my favourite artists. I've got quite a few things of hers, not necessarily in cross stitch, but in artwork and books and stuff like that. So that is the picture. The reason that I am doing this one is because this picture has always reminded me of my three daughters. So this would be Mia's mum, the green one. The red one is Savannah. She actually loves skulls. She's got like three or four of them in her room. Green for envy for my eldest daughter. She really struggles with the emotion of envy, jealous, and fear of missing out. And this one here reminds me of Neroli. Neroli's always been my most grounded one. And when I look at this picture, I get a sense of grounded from her. So basically, and she's a little bit of a prankster as well. So yeah, so basically I am stitching on that. I got another couple, and there's that much stuff here, I actually don't have room to put anything. I got another 100 or so stitches in that, not much, and it's nothing really exciting because mostly you are just going to see black for the foreseeable future in this one, because I'm just starting up in the corner. And so yeah, so I had this bit here done, and then I had 200 stitches blocked off. So the good thing about this one, I can actually just block off where I'm going to be stitching, and I know that it'll be 200. So at the moment I'm working across this way. I'll probably start going down this way. You can see I've still got my needle loaded up, and I'll probably because it's Sunday and I'm going to be working on my heids on Sunday, I will put some more stitches in this today. So that's another reason why it's out. And I got this gorgeous little scarab beetle needle minder from Sparkling Stitches on Instagram. So Sarah, I believe her name is. I'm terrible with names, so if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. That's why I call everybody Hun or Lovelies, because I forget everybody's name. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible, but it's super cute. I absolutely love that. And this one here I got from it is, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. That so suits me. So yeah, obviously it's from Harry Potter, but I got that for Flux's sake. I know that sounds like I'm swearing, but I'm not, I swear. She's on Instagram as well. She's also got an Etsy store. So every now and again I get some needle minders off her. That, like, I put them all in my cart and then I'll just purchase them. Alright, so the next one that I worked on, these were DDs Spooktober ones. These were the Dureen Joan ones that I had spun up. Now, there was a big issue, and it's still happening right now. I cannot seem to post on my stories, and it seems to be stuck on day 19. I know that they're only supposed to stay up there for 24 hours, but this is getting ridiculous. I'm into November now and it's still there, and I can't post anything. Anytime I go to post anything, it just sits there and says it's posting. So I can't, so I gave up. I just gave up in the end because it wasn't doing anything, and then it had come up with saying it was failed. It couldn't post. So, and then I forgot to take pictures and put it on my normal feed as well. So anyway, so you're going to see what's happening here. So the Dureen Jones one spun up a couple of times. So I started the owl and the cat. Where's the cat? There's the cat. So the owl and the cat. Now I was supposed to also start the witch, but I didn't end up starting her. I talk too much. I talk way too much. Okay, I didn't end up starting her, so I'm going to get some stitches in her today. So I will make sure that I have got all of my November ones done, and there's 2 other ones that I didn't start at the retreat because I'm sorry about the lawnmower. It's Sunday, everybody's out mowing their lawn. I didn't start it at the retreat because I forgot to take my fabric scissors, and I needed to cut the fabric apart, and I didn't want to risk wrecking it with my little thread snips because that's not going to work. So I did at the retreat. I managed to start the owl and the cat, and I'll show you what I got done on them. So this one is the owl, and hopefully I've got it the right way up. I think I do. So I spent an hour on this, hour and 10 or something, and got those stitches in. Now for those that are joining us, I ended up doing just under, I think it was 27 starts that I did, 29 starts in the end that I did. And this is the cat, so I got the tail and part of his body. Now I was just putting an hour into these because I was just getting them started, and this is setting me up for next year. I'm not doing no new starts, but I want to get a lot of these finished by next year, and a lot of them are small. So as you can see, these ones here, I got one finished for October. And these are only 50 by 50, so they're not going to take long to stitch at all, probably a day. So I'm going to be using a lot of these for prompts in School of Magical Stitches is the main reason that I have them, and that way I don't have to worry about starting new stuff next week. Alright, so I also worked on at the retreat. I'll pull out what I worked on. I also started at the retreat. No, that's not it. It's not playing with jacks. Where is it? There it is. So this was all last weekend. So, okay. Are you ready to laugh? All right. Now, this is playing with jacks. This is the one I'm talking about. Okay, so this one I've had for quite some time and I've wanted to start it. I ended up spinning it up and was supposed to put it up. Now I chose this fabric, which is the rustic fabric. It's a bit crushed, but this is the fabric that I chose to use for this particular pattern. It's left over from my hawk runs, so you know, waste not, want not, and I thought, yep, that'll be good. Okay, so let me just discuss the dilemma. Okay, this white pumpkin here, okay, I've ended up having to swap out the color and put ecru in. Now I've got 48 stitches in, that's it, because I can barely see it. So this is where I'm at a dilemma now. So I'm thinking that I may have to change the fabric because you can barely see that. So I'm going to make a decision about whether I'm going to change the fabric, and in the next couple I'll show you some fabric that I just recently dyed, natural dyeing, and it's called Strawberry Latte, and I'm thinking that that's probably going to work a little bit better. So I'm thinking that I've only got, and I stopped because it was actually hurting my eyes to stitch on it, and I just stopped. And I didn't have any extra fabric with me. I just took my projects that I was going to work on. So I thought, you know what, I'm better off just stopping. I would have liked to have got a lot more done on that on the Sunday, but I just didn't. So I'm going to get all the floss out and put it against this strawberry latte that I have created, and I'm thinking it's going to work a little bit better, and I'm happy to do that. So yeah, so I only got 48 stitches in that one, you know, talking, and also I couldn't see it properly, and I didn't have, like, I only had my twin lights, so that prompted some shopping on the Sunday, which I'll show you when I do haul. We left the retreat a little bit early because it was threatening to storm pretty badly, and we went and did some shopping. All right, so the other things that I worked on at the retreat, and just let me double check that I've got these right. Okay, so the other one that I worked on was this. Where is it? No. The other one I was supposed to work on, that's right, it was a supposed to, that I didn't end up doing. But I have now got it cut apart, and these are going to get done in the next couple of days. I did put a couple more stitches. No, I didn't put any stitches. I ended up giving up and going, oh, no, I won't worry about it. Okay, so this is the chart that I'm talking about. Okay, this is the one that I've already started. I was supposed to stitch the ghost and the witch. The problem was I didn't cut the fabric before I left, so, and I didn't want to run the risk of measuring across wrong and not having enough fabric, because I've got enough for the fabric to do 4 of them. So yeah, so what I done, I ended up coming home, so I've done that one. I've just got to finish that border off. I come home and I've cut it all up and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to get some more stitches into that this week. And then that way I will be up to date with those. And I'm probably going to move them to the front of the pack because they are so adorable. And get them done. And that one I am working on 32 count Provence, it's called, even weave. All right, so that's pretty much what I had to start at the retreat for DD Spooktober. So then I worked on some whips. So I took Hello Pumpkin with me. So I'll just show you what it's supposed to look like. Sorry, everything's still packed up. I had Mia out here and she was touching everything. She's very excited because it was her birthday yesterday. She turned 5, so she was very, very excited. So a little Halloweeny. So this is what it's supposed to look like. I only have this section here to do. So I got some more stitches in, and where is it? I got a pumpkin in. So we have only this much to do. So I've got the pumpkin in. I've just got, I think I've got a couple more stitches just to do down here, and then that's finished. It's looking a little bit wonky because I had to adjust it a bit. No, actually I think I've got a couple of stitches up here to do, sorry. And some down the side as well, just to round that off a bit. I do actually have to take 2 stitches out of this leaf because I'm too far over that, but I'm not unpicking all that. We're getting there, yay! This is my nemesis chart. I will definitely have this finished by the end of the year. I am basically working on that again this week. It's staying out. I'm not even spinning the wheel for this one. I am just working on it, and I'm going to get a couple of hours into it this week because I need to get it done. I need to get it finished. I need it gone. I need it off my wheel and get it done. So yeah, but I'm happy I got some more stitches into it because that's the first time I touched it all month. So, but it's done now. We'll get onto that, get some more into that, and like DD Spooktober is done. I've just got a couple of catch-ups. All right, so then it was just all DD Spooktober stuff that I started working on for the week, and I'm so not organized. Again, this one, it's going to be a little hard to see. So this one is Darvanalee Designs. It's called Spooktacular Trio. This is what it looks like. Okay, and I'm probably going to turn it into a little cushion of some sort. It won't be a bolster cushion. I'll just turn it into for the dough bowl or something like that. So yeah, so I started in the middle with this one, and again I'm working on the rustic leftover fabric, and instead of using the white, I just went with ecru on this one. And you can see there, and what I'll do is I'll end up doing backstitch around him to make him stand out, because I just don't want to waste this fabric. And I'm going to run into this problem with a few of these little ones, where I'm just trying to use up my fabric and all the rest of it. So I got a fair few stitches in there. I got half the ghost done, just starting on his head I was. But I'll just backstitch around it, and then that way I can make him stand out a little bit more. The next one that I worked on, this one is called Black Spider. I've had this one for a while too. I think I got this last year. It is by Verbena cross stitch, so that is it there. And again, I started in the middle, which is very, very unusual for me. And I just put a little bit of time. It's got black floss everywhere. So I'm still connected up there, but you can see there that I just put that behind it so you can see it a bit better. So I just got the spider in. That's upside down. Try again. There we go. Look at that. So we have a little spider happening there. So that is now started and ready to go. And like you can see by the size of the fabric, it is not a very big piece. Most of these are I'm going to create like a little Halloween tree basically, and which is going to be super easy. It's just a dead stick really, isn't it? And then I'll be able to turn these into ornaments and then hang them on the tree and whatnot. All right, the next one that I started was Barbara Anna's Wicked. As I said, these aren't in any particular order. Okay, and this one is on 32 count sand, I think it's called. It is a linen, and I got the, I need to get some board or something to hold these up. This one, I wish I had more time to stitch on this the other night, but it was a dance night, so I didn't have much time. But I got the little cat done. Isn't that cute? So, and I've started on the second one. So that is cruising along nicely. That one won't take too long either. So you can see there, that's where I'm at. I've got the cat, and I've started on that one. And yeah, as I said, that one is on 32 count natural, 32 count sand, it's called. So I did actually write it down. Probably help if I checked my notes, wouldn't it? All right. Okay, the next ones that I worked on was another Barbara Anna design. This is a 3-part. If I can get into it, you might not be seeing this one because it's not letting me in. There we go. All right, so this one is on the 32 count natural linen. It is Black Cat Hollow. I've had this one, I got this one. This one I would have got August 2019. I got it. Was it August? Yeah, I think it was August. So this is a 3-parter. I'm doing it on one piece of fabric, obviously. So I've started with part 1, and I started over here in the corner, and it is on the natural linen, and that's what I got done. So I'm pretty happy with my progress on that. Worked a little bit on that. I'm actually looking forward to doing that one, because that one's actually going to get framed up, possibly, maybe. I don't know yet. That's sort of how I sort of seen it, as a framed piece. The next one that I worked on, I actually got 2 out of here that I worked on. So I've got them all in one because it's out of the Halloween cross stitch magazine for 2020. I'll just get the ones I've worked on out. All right, find the pictures. All right, so this one is an Autumn Lane Stitchery one, and it is called Pick Your Poison. So that is it. It's in the 2020 cross stitch Halloween cross stitch magazine on page 102. Okay, for those playing at home. And I did this on a piece of fabric that I dyed, and it's natural dyed. It is called Strawberry Latte, and I used strawberry flavoured tea, which made the water go pink, and then I put two or three spoons of coffee in, and then I didn't bake this one, but it's got a pink hue to it, and that's why, and it doesn't pick up on camera at all on that, but it's a little bit mottled, and it's called strawberry latte, and I'm doing another piece on this fabric as well, and this is a 28 count Cashel linen, this one, and so I got the center bottle done, so yeah, I was pretty happy with that. The next one out of the magazine that I worked on, I had to that I had to work on this week. It is called, when I find it, is We Wish You a Happy Halloween. Okay, so that's it there. So I almost showed the chart. It is by it is designed by Teresa Curry and Brian Strugglemeyer of Needle Bling Designs. Okay, I'm doing this on 28 count Autumn Leaves by Paddock Lane Designs, and I didn't get much into this one, but I got U and A into that one, and that's just going to be turned into a little cushion for my dough bowl, and that's on page 93 of the magazine. So I got those done and started. So as you can see, they're not, a lot of the charts that I've done aren't super big. Like some of the other ones, they have large stitch counts on them, of the size of the chart, but they're scattered little motifs throughout. So they're not so bad. So if I can get one or two things done on each chart, I'll get them done in no time. And most of them I'm going to try and use for School of Magical Stitches next year, and then that way I'll make a lot of progress on them, because you know, you've got to get 300 stitches or 200 or 500 or whatever, and use them for the monthly challenges and all that sort of stuff. My main goal next year, like this year, is to try and stitch every day. I have not met that goal this year, mainly because I just got super busy and I was tired. I had to take breaks and stuff like that. All right, the next one, and this was one that we started on Halloween here in Australia. So that was on Saturday, just gone, yesterday. Okay, it is our Halloween at Hawk Run sale that we've got going on. The hashtag is down underneath this video, so you'll find it all there. And so we made a start on that. And when I say we, that is Gail Phillips. She's got a floss tube here as well. Excuse me. We also have Nadine from Nad's Cross Stitch. We have Tia from Calm Creations. And we also have Leanne from Morgana Stitchy Moon 75 we're all doing the sale together. So if you have this chart and you want to join in the fun, come along and join in the fun. The hashtag is Halloween HRH sale. We're all on Instagram as well. You will find all our channels linked underneath here, and if you go and follow that hashtag, you will find us all on Instagram, because there's just way too many Instagrams to remember. But yeah, we're all stitching on that, and if you want to join in the fun, use the hashtag, tag any of us, so we can see where you're up to. I believe Tia started up in this block, and Gail and I started the center block. I haven't seen where Nadine has started yet, because it's only just rolled over to the 31st in her neck of the woods. She's in the UK. So I dare say we'll see some of her progress in the next day or so. And Leanne, I haven't seen any of her progress yet. So, but then again, I haven't been on Instagram this morning. So where did I start? I started in the center. And I did not start with the border. Gail started with the border. We all started something different. I actually started with the cauldron, and hopefully I've got it up the right way. This is a massive piece of fabric. So that's what I got done. It's up the wrong way. There you go. Look, we'll try that again. I knew I'd get it up the wrong way. Oh, dear me. All right, so that little yellow spot will end up being a spider, and that's the top of the cauldron. And the bit that's not filled in yet, I have to put a colour into that. It is a topaz colour, and I didn't have the colour, so I've gone to the next topaz and I've just swapped it out. So I'm using my CXC colours, and I have 2 full decks here, and there is no number that matches the number in the DMC for that one. So yeah, I will have to get the DMC, or I'll just use the next one up, which is still topaz, so it's not going to make much of a difference. So I looked at the colour And if you look on here, so this is the part I'm talking about, if I can get close enough. So it's like a browny orangey color. So I'll just, instead of using what was it, 781, I'm using 782 or something, 83 on that. So yeah, so now that is going into my rotation. I'm looking at, in the new year, that will be every Friday will be some sort of hawk run chart. I've got 3 on the go at the moment. I'm not starting any more of the charts until those 3 are done, and I'm hoping by the end of next year I will have at least 1.5 charts done, if not 2. I'm going to push for the 2, but I think I'll only end up with maybe 1.5 done. So that is the main goal for next year for those. And if I work on them every Friday and put some stitches in for, try and match them to some of the School of Magical Stitches and other challenge groups I'm in, I should be right. All right, the next one that I worked on is the all favorite one of mine, is Halloween Quaker. Sorry about the glare there. So that is the chart, and this was my live stitch with me last Monday. It will also be my live stitch with me this week as well. Just got needles and everything everywhere, so let me see, where was I up to? All right, so last week when I started, all right, there we go, just fold that in on itself. Getting a bit cumbersome now. I'm just going to fold that in half. All right. Okay, so when I started the live stitch with me, I started down here in this corner. So this is the bottom of the 6th page now. I've just got my initials to put in here, and that'll fill that space, but I'll do that later. So I'm now working along. You can see here I've got a little bit more to do on that flower. So I've just got a couple of little bits to go. So you can see there, and then I'll be onto the witch's boots. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll get some more in. This will become my regular Monday stitch again now that I've finished with Spooktober, so that's going to make it move along a little bit further as well. So I'm hoping that I'll have nearly all of this done by the end of the year, because I'll be doing it as a live stitch with me every Monday, so I'll definitely be putting an hour into it every single Monday. And then Monday nights, when I do my regular stitching, my me time, if I don't have any other commitments, I'll be putting an hour or 2 into that as well, because we've got dance and stuff like that on Mondays, so I've got to go and do the run around for all that sort of stuff. All right, so that is all my stitching. That's a lot of stitching. I touched a lot of projects. That's pretty good for 9 days. That's not too shabby at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Granted, I've only put an hour here and an hour there, but still, I stitched. And I've got those now, so I can just grab them out. I don't have to worry about grabbing floss. There's a couple that I've just got to add a few extra bits and pieces into each of its project bags, but then they'll be done. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is my FFOs that I got back from Tia. So a couple of months ago, about 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, I sent down, she came up for a visit, and I sent down with her some of my finished charts. So I'm pretty excited about these. So I'll be able to, we're still in spring. Are we still in spring? September, October, November. Yes, we're still in spring. So my spring one is just there. You can see that. And I got the summer one back. So how beautiful is that? So she's done it in the same finish for me. So that one there, I did the finish on that. And then I sent the next 3 down to Tia. So she's put the leaves up there for me with a little flower, just to frame it, and a little bow. So I really like that, how she's done that. And that one will take Pride of Price in about a month. And I love these. How cute are these little beaders? Oh, they're so cute. So they were little buttons, I believe. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. It looks very summery, so I'm happy with that. And then we also have the next one that will go up after that will be the autumn one. So I finished this one. When did I finish this one? I think I finished this one in March or something. Yeah, and I had these leaves here that I wanted to incorporate. I always wanted to use them. So I said, look, here, take them. You might be able to use them for someone else's as well. She put a red bow on it, and then these leaves. And they're like they're not paper, but they're like they're a weird sort of material. They're like a parachute material. They almost feel like it. But yeah, so she's put them on there, and she put this little wooden disc on there, and she's put a little bird to match this one. So that's turned out. She's done a beautiful job. So if you want to get anything finished by Tia, give her a message over on Facebook under Calm Creations. I mean, she does them fabulously. You know, like everything's finished beautifully on the back. We've got even got the proper thing in there, so it stands up and they don't fall down. Great, and I don't have to finish them. All right, and the next one, I'll just move these out of the way. And the next one is the winter one. So we have this one here. And somewhere along the line, I have lost the little pick that was in it. So Tia said that she'll have a look in her car. That whether she's not sure whether it come off in her car or whether it's come off in mine, or it's come off as I was transporting them, and it's blown away in the wind because we had storms and everything. So with this one, I done a few changes on this. This had these words down here were in like an ecru color, and you couldn't really see them on this fabric, so I just changed them out and used only the colors that were up in the banner down there. And so they're all done now, and I'm super happy. And I made I was supposed to put the bunnies are supposed to be this color. I don't know what I was thinking. I just picked this up and put in the dark bunnies, but you know what, hey, there's black bunnies. It's different. I made a mistake, who cares? That it's fine. I just made it my own. So they are all, I've got a spot in a cupboard that I just recently done a big declutter on, and I have like my seasonal baskets in there, so I will put them into that basket and they'll be there. So I've got like a Christmas, a Halloween, a seasons one, so anything that's seasonal that has the words on it will go in there, whether it's, you know, all the seasons will go in there, and that'll keep them all together and dust free as well, because it doesn't get very dusty in that cupboard. It's like in the center of the house and it's very much sealed. All right, so the next thing that we got, they're my FFOs. I did get one finish that I'm going to send down to Tia probably in the next month or so. I'll probably send it down with a few Halloween ones that I've got that'll be finished sooner rather than later. So I've, you know, I haven't got many finishes done. I've started all the things, but I'm getting there. All right, so I'm going to move on to haul. Now, obviously, you go to a retreat, you do a little bit of shopping. Okay, so I'll start with Spotlight, which was the Friday, and I went and got some wool. So as I said in my last video, I'm going to start getting better. I know how to knit, but I'm going to I want to make garments and everything in 2021, and I also want to make a blanket for Mia. And basically I didn't have any acrylic wool here or anything like that, so basically what I've done is I went to Spotlight and I got some colors that I know that she really likes, and I'm going to put them together. So the colors that I got, it's just Marvel wool. It's called Four Seasons, 100% acrylic, and it's 8 ply. So I'm going to use the book that I showed in my last video, and I'm just going to stab these all into my fingers, and these are the colors that I got. So they're gorgeous colors, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to just make squares, and I'm going to practice all my different stitches, and my main focus is knit and purl is what I want to focus on. And there's something like 80 different stitches, different styles, patterns that you can do with that in this book, and that's what I'm going to do. I also got with the help of Tia, I got some circular needles as well, so I got 4 of those, and I got some stitch counters, which I don't know where I've put them. They were in here. So basically it was just knitting stuff, and then I've put it all into this handy dandy bag that I've got, that's got like a zipper center, holds all the balls of wool. It's got little slots on down the side. For the life of me, I cannot remember what the bag was called, but it was an Instagram swap that I did years ago. I made one and sent it to my partner, and my partner made me this one and sent it to me. So yeah, it's got a zipper pouch, and it's got little slip pockets and stuff like that, so you can sit patterns and all that sort of stuff in there. All right, the next thing that I got were a couple of things that I'm gonna have to show you next week because they're in the car. I got some little herb jars and a centerpiece from a table, and a different style, not a wooden bowl, but a different style of bowl to sit some pieces in, and all the rest of it. while I was at the retreat, I also, and I can't think of her name. Her name's Heather, but I can't think of the name of her shop. I think it's the Unthreaded Needle, maybe. I got some Belfast pre-cut packs, and these are 19 inches by 27, so I'm assuming that's a fat quarter size. I'm just having a look here. They're in 32 count and they're opalescent, so I got those. So one's in a natural colour and one is in a, doesn't tell you the colour either. No, nothing. Creamy colour. It's not quite white, and it's not a dark cream either, so it's sort of like an off-white, but it's an opalescent. You can see the sparkle just a little bit there, so I got those. You can never have too much sparkle in your life, can you? Like, you know, everyone needs a little bit of sparkle. All right, what else did I get? That was it in the way of shopping for products and stuff like that, but I did get a couple of lights. So as most of you know, I actually stitch at my countertop in my studio, and I also have, I'm just grabbing the other bit, I also have a couch where I can also possibly do some stitching, and I've recently just ordered the sofa frame, so for my bigger pieces like my Hades and stuff like that, I can sit down there and do it, because I mean you want to put a lot of hours into that. It can get a little bit tiring sitting at a table and stitching. So I bought myself the from the Dubco factory, I purchased the sofa frame, so I'll also be able to use it in bed in winter and stuff like that. So one thing that I have noticed, that my eyes are get a little bit tired when I'm working on the higher counts and all the rest of it. Like, I've got good lighting and I've got little clippy things that go on, but for the most part, if I've got those clippy things on and I forget to take them off, I'll crash. So I went to Lincraft on the Sunday of the retreat with the lovely Jenny and Tia, and basically I got myself a little light, and it's got a magnifier in it as well. So, and it's got 4 different levels of light brightness. So I got that, and I also, after seeing everybody's and I've been wanting to get one for ages, but I hadn't used one, and I hadn't seen someone using one because we've all been in lockdown and not able to go anywhere or anything like that. But one of the ladies, and Tia, had theirs at the retreat, so I was able to have a look at it, and one lady was actually using hers at the retreat, so I was able to look at how it magnified hers and whether it was worth me getting or not, like if I could still, like, you know. But anyway, I got a floor stand one. So this one here, it actually works, even if because it's flexible. So even if I'm sitting here and I'm working on a high count and I can't get close enough with the tabletop one, which I can in most cases, I can use this one as well. But I will also have it for when I'm doing the sofa, or when I'm in bed, I can sit it beside the bed and it can come over, and I don't need a lot of room for that. So they were the big ticket items that I purchased, because let's face it, this old girl's eyes are getting a little bit tired. I don't have any, like, I don't have glaucoma, I don't have cataracts or anything like that. I do have this annoying twitch that's been happening. It was in this eye, and I've got my glasses, and now it's in this eye and just in my eyelid, but only when I get tired. So I just stop stitching as soon as it starts twitching. It's just my body telling me, you need to stop, you need to. I am slightly addicted. What can I say? Like, I'm sure you all understand how addicting this is. All right. The next thing that came in this week, as far as stuff that I ordered a couple of weeks ago, as you know, I'm starting this on the 1st of January with the lovely Gail and Tia. It is Zero Machete, and it is called Christmas 2, and Gail's probably absolutely wetting herself right now because I know that I just butchered that name. And she has sent me a recording of the other one, and I'm not even going to say it. So next time I show one of those charts, I'll have the recording, and then I'll just use her lovely voice instead. She's cheeky. But yeah, I got all the flosses in for this one. So they're all here. I am stitching. I've already made a decision what I'm going to stitch that on, and that fabric has also come in. I just bought a bolt of it. It is 28 count easy grid. That has come in, so I can cut the fabric up, and it's now in its project bag, so I can get that all sorted out. I'm not the type of person to, I know that you're probably looking at that project bag going, gee, that's a small project bag. But I don't leave my stuff on the frame or in the Q-snap, although I do have Autumn Queen on that one, but that's only because she's stitched in. And she's coming off that anyway. But yeah, so basically I am doing that as 10 stitch on 28 count. Excuse me, and I have all the floss for that now. Also came in. So I got all this from JK. I just sent her I just get the floss chart off Heaven and Earth Design, and I just sent her the PDF file and say I need, like, if you go into the actual chart where you're going to purchase it, down underneath it's got all this information, and then there's a floss usage chart there, and I just download that and then I forward that to JK, and then she just fills the order for me. And when she sends the floss to me, if I get more than one, she will just put what it's for. So this one is Magic Study. Now this is a sale that I'm going to do. I'm going to start this with Amy from Creativity by Gidge. She also has it as well. She mentioned it on her FlossTube, and she said it was a limited edition and that she'd seen it back up there again. So I quickly I paused, so I was flossing and shopping at the same time. I paused, went over, purchased it, and got that, and then the next day it was gone. So I'm glad that I went when I did. So I got that, and we were discussing on the live stream, if you caught that, you would have seen how a sale gets put together. I'm starting this on the 1st of May, so I've got a little while before I start this, but all the flosses come in, as well as the fabric is there as well. Again, I'm doing this on 28 count 10 stitch on the easy grid, and I've got that there. So I've just got to do up all my measurements, and then I'll cut all that up this week and put it in. But look at all those blues and mauves and purples, and it's just divine. It is going to be like, it is going to be. And look, I've even laminated my covers so they don't get wrecked. So, I mean, they're going to be around for a while. They're going to get awfully crushed and all the rest of it. So I thought, you know what? I'll laminate those and get them done. All right, so that is getting started. These are my mania plans. Okay, so that is getting started on the 1st of May. And then this one is getting started on the 15th of May. So 15 days, I'm going to work for 15 days on that one. And I'm actually going to do... do monogamous stitching for those 15 days. It's going to kill me, but I'm going to give it a red hot go, hey? Let's see how I go with that. Which Way is getting started on the 15th of May, and again, all the fabric is here, and all the color, and these colors are beautiful. Oh, I just love, like, look at that stitchy goodness in there. Oh, yum. Love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, so I've just got to cut up my fabrics. I'll probably do them this week because I want to go into 2021 fully prepared and not have to worry about anything. So I'll get all that cut up, and again, as I said, I don't keep my things in the frame. I pull them out. As, you know, like, I know it's a hassle to frame it up, but at the end of the day, is it really? Like, it's not going to get wrecked. All right, so the next thing that I purchased, and you're gonna call me crazy, I can hear you all now. I can hear the mocking. I did something crazy, and I purchased another 2 Hades. Now, hopefully she can't hear me. One of them is for Savannah. So it's called Red Dragon. Now, when Savannah, and there's a little bit of a story behind this one. Okay, now you can see this is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and you can see this looks very similar to the fairy that's in the Wicked Trixie and False one that I'm doing. Okay, she's got red wings and all the rest of it, but there's a red dragon. Now, Savannah, when she was little, had an imaginary friend that was called Red. It was a red dragon. It wasn't a friend as such as a person. It was actually a red dragon. Now, this red dragon nearly did my head in. This kid got so naughty and everything was blamed. You know how people go, you know, Dolly did it? No, Dragon did it. Anyway, I got really cranky at her one day and told her that Red Dragon had to go. She ended up spending a couple of weeks with her dad in the truck because when he came home from work, I was sitting there almost having a nervous breakdown from the naughtiness and level of naughtiness that came out of this child. And I mean destructive naughtiness, mean naughtiness. Like, it was not good naughtiness, you know. It wasn't kiddie stuff. It was I'm like, I can't do this again, because my son was a bit, how you going? And I'm like, I can't do this again. And so my body was just going into a meltdown. Anyway, I seen this and I'm like, you know what? I need to get that, because Red Dragon got banished to China, apparently. He's visiting his sister in China. So anyway, every now and again I tease her about it, going, how's Red Dragon? Still in China. And she's been a really good child ever since. So I'm going to stitch that up for her, because I think that is that. I'm sort of looking at these pieces that have a little bit of meaning behind them and stuff like that. This one I just got because I like it. It's one of my favorite artists. I actually have a deck of oracle cards called the Dragon Frey, and she's actually in it. She's actually called the Huntress in that, and I'm probably going to pronounce her name wrong, but her name is Raven Feln. I think you pronounce her last name. And while this has a different person on it, I think this is actually her name before she changed it to Raven. So this, in the tarot, in the oracle cards, she's called the Huntress. Here she's called the Dark Bringer. So I will bust out those cards and I will give you the meaning of it in the tarot card next time I'm on, when I start this. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I just had to have it. Yeah, so a couple of my favorite artists are on there. She has quite a few in the oracle cards that I absolutely love. I think that the artwork is beautiful. Fernia is probably my favorite out of the whole deck. This one's my second favorite. Fernia is not available. She's also got one over there that is a red, like it's all different shades of red piece, and I will probably end up purchasing that as well. These ones are all going to get done as 10 stitch, and that's why I've got them, and on 28 count. So I got them because they had a sale. And then the girls and I, our Friday night stitching group, we are going to, now there's a funny story behind this one as well. We are going to be stitching up Strawberry Fields. We are starting that this coming Friday. We were going to start it this weekend, but we've postponed it for a week because of the funny story behind this one. So I got this from 123 Stitch and everything went well, and then I checked out and I thought everything had gone fine, and all the rest of it. And then I checked the tracking because Tia was checking her tracking, and Michelle from Shell_Trails on Instagram is also doing it with us, and so is Jenny Stitches _Stitches on Instagram is doing it. And it's just a blackbird sale that we're doing, but a few of us are actually doing Strawberry Fields, and I think Gail is doing a seasonal one, and I'm not too sure what Leanne's doing. So anyway, I ordered it and everything was fine. I checked the tracking and it went to the UK, and I'm like, what the hell? So I went and checked the order and all the rest of it, and lo and behold, I sent a message and said, look, I don't know what's going on, but my chart has gone to the UK. Can you please check the address and see what's going on? Now, yeah, for some reason, when I ordered, it didn't change to Australia. It stayed on the UK because the last purchase that I did was for a prize, and it went to the UK and all the rest of it, and it wouldn't change, and they could see that it wouldn't change. So basically, anyway, cut a long story short, it ended up in the UK. They said that they'll reissue it again. That one will probably get returned to sender. No. Okay, so it's got to the UK, someone in the post office, and probably someone that lived in Australia once upon a time, or probably even Kingaroy, because that's happened before. Basically, it's turned up in the UK. They've seen that it's got the postcode on there of 4610. They've realised that it's actually for Australia, so they've crossed out UK, wrote Australia, and sent it on its way. It turned up. And then the next day, the one that they sent, the second one to replace it, turned up. So I ended up with two charts. So I sent a message off to them and all the rest of it, and they said, look, you know, just do a return to sender. The thing was, I would have still had to pay for postage because I thought it was the other order that I ordered from, because I've got some sulky threads coming and a few other things, and I just opened it and not realizing that it was this, because I thought it was in the UK. So basically I contacted them, and I ended up talking to Jenny on Friday night. She said, look, you know, I want to do that too. I said, all right, well, how about you just pay me for that? Yeah. I'll see what they want to do, and then I'll work it out, and then you can just pay the invoice, because they essentially sent one to me for nothing to replace one. So that's what happened. We paid for it, and basically this is now getting sent out to Jenny. So we'll be all starting that next Friday, because we've got, you know, Friday new starts and all the rest of it for now until eternity. And basically, you know, because we just want to start all the new things. But that will be a sale, and I have actually going to be stitching that on the same fabric as I did the Pick Your Poison, which is the strawberry latte, and that's the whole reason that I started it. So when I've got to start, you'll get to see that fabric. All right, what else came in? Lots of stuff has come in. I also am a Patreon of a Stitch Life magazine, obviously over on Patreon, and they send out to their Patreons a little gift as a thank you gift. So I got a Stitch Life magazine tote bag, which is going to come in handy for, it's a good size tote. Like, I'm going to use this as my stitchy bag for when I'm traveling, doing whatever. I chuck all my bags in, you know, project bags. I also got one of these bags, and we all know how much I love them because I start all the things. It also came with some perforated paper to do a little bookmark as well, and there's lots of little charts and everything that you get. There's a Facebook group and all that sort of stuff, but it's Stitch Life magazine. I think October one just dropped as well. I think I sent a message about that in my email the other day, so I'll go over and have a look at that. So I've never stitched on perforated paper before, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I also got a floss drop card, that's a hard plastic as well. I like these ones. I've got a few of these. They work really well. And I got a little tin with Stitch Life on top, so a little Notions tin, and it came with a little pair of scissors. Okay, and my nails are getting in the way, and this actually, they open up. So these ones you can actually travel on a plane with because they fold down and they're dull on the top. So yeah, so I've got those, so they will all go into the little Notions. I'll probably put a couple of magnets in this and magnetize this, and then that way I can put my needles and stuff in there, and then I know that if I drop it and it pops open, they're not going to go everywhere. But I am looking forward to doing the bookmark. So as I said, I've never stitched on perforated paper. Now this is really going to test me with my tension, so it probably won't be happening anytime soon because I'm really working on that at the moment, trying to get my tension right, trying not to pull those threads too tight and stuff like that when I'm stitching on linen and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, all right. And lastly, I got this. This wasn't something that I purchased, but this is what we got from the retreat as part of our goodie bag, I suppose you'd call it. Okay, it is a Rainburst embroidery, and it's Stella by Starlight Biscornu. So that's it there. So we've got all the pattern, and it's a bit of black work. We also got some silk as well in a pretty blue, and we got some, this one is, it's called Glory, it's rayon, and there's 20 meters in it, and it's made in the USA, but it doesn't have a brand on it. Oh yes, it does. Edmarco, EDMAR so short for company, and they are in Camarillo, California. CA is California, I assume. But look at those colors. Purple, my favorite colors. Very nice. So I will find, I didn't know that you could use rayon for cross stitching, but apparently you can. So there you go. It's got some nice purple and mauve in it, and sort of white variegated. So you can see there the darkness and everything that's going through it. So I'm looking forward to stitching it up and learning a little bit more about rayon. I didn't know that you could do that. It came with a little bit of 310, And it also came with all the beads that we need for it as well. And it also comes with a needle minder. And I've booked for next year as well. And it come with the fabric as well. So it come with 2 little squares of fabric, which looks to be a 32 count maybe. I don't know. I know it's an even weave anyway. And I'm guessing it's probably a Crafty Lenny fabric, because she had some fabrics there to purchase. And the exciting news is that I spoke to Rebecca, the organizer, and asked her if it was okay if next year if I bring along some of my retreat bags and my project bags to the retreat, and she said yeah, not a problem. So I'm going to have a whole selection of bags there. I'll have some retreat bags, and I'll have some different styles of project bags and travel pouches and all sorts of, maybe even some handbags and stuff like that, because hey, just because we cross stitch doesn't mean we don't like handbags. But anyway, that is the plan for next year. So it is actually a year from this weekend next year that we'll be going. Right, that's it. I have got through everything now. All right, so this is a bit of a long video. The competition. Now, I didn't post on Friday, so you didn't get a chance to comment underneath. So I'm going to give you a chance to comment, and I'm going to draw it next week, the first week of the first November one, and then we'll have our new giveaway for then. All right, so as you know, it is for the Craft Village. This is a stamped project. It is on 11 count. We established comes with all the floss and everything, instructions and everything you need. So the code word for today is actually scissors, and basically you just need to write down below what you think of those what's your favorite pair of scissors. You can tell me those scissors that I showed you, the little fold up ones from the Stitch Life. Oh gee, those scissors are cute. Anything, just mention the word scissors. Okay, and then I will take down all the names, put them in the wheel and spin that up and add that into next week's video so you know who the winner is. We also have our Instagram competition closed yesterday afternoon at 5 p.m. I have not drawn that yet. I am going to draw that sometime during the week. I've just got to get all the names and all that sort of stuff. I've taken notes and all the rest of it. There's a couple more that fell into it. And we're getting very close to the release of the magazine, so that's coming up soon. We will have more details about that next week. Yeah, so basically that is everything that I have worked on, that I have purchased, that has come in, that has been purchased over the last couple of months, and finishes and all the rest of it. Whew, it was a big video. Have a great week, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Leave me a comment, tell me what you were stitching on, and also put in your code word for the giveaway. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a great week, everybody, and take care, and happy stitching. Bye for now.